With the recent announcement of the character release changes in Marvel Strike Force, many people are saying that the free-to-play community is going to be destroyed. I believe that is categorically false and simply not true. Why can I be so confident in saying this? Well, if you don't know me, my name is GideonXL. I've been playing this game for over 6 years as a predominantly free-to-play player. Haven't had much difficulty unlocking the characters. I don't see why now things would be any different. In fact, let me show you what I mean. This is my main account, and as you can see, I have all the Annihilators unlocked. So, am I just a really lucky person? Is this something that is reproducible? I definitely believe so. Timing is important. Let's take a look. So we had this blog post August 23rd saying that Infinity War Thanos was coming to the game. Now, here is my baby account. So again, I've played multiple accounts. I play this game free to play. All right, for the most part, I do buy a battle pass once a month if I'm feeling it, but that's only on my main account. There are no Annihilators in the battle pass, so all that you've seen so far can be done free to play. So again, baby account, August 27th. I got a little bit of Thanos there, right? Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Now we fast forward to September 7th. So that's today. And it looks like I'm about 20 Infinity War Thanos shards short, right? We're making excellent progress. And I believe this is repeatable, right? So in about 3 weeks, right? About 3 weeks, if I don't get baby Thanos, or excuse me, Infinity War Thanos unlocked today or tomorrow, like if I don't get him this weekend, it'll probably be, another week. So it'll be about 3 weeks. That's not bad. That's not difficult. Right? I don't think that's very oppressive. The problem that we had is we didn't know the rules, right? Another alliance mate of mine kind of put this in perspective. He said he wants to compete, but he doesn't know the rules of the game. So we didn't know how exactly to make this happen. How can we repeat this process? The blog came out. It showed us the rules of the game. It shows us how they're going to be giving us characters. And so now we have a framework to go by. Marvel Strike Force has always been about resource management. There's an in-game economy. So you have to know how to use the things that you have, the tools at your disposal, how to put them to good use to make sure you get the most out of the experience, how you get the most out of the character cadence. One thing that'll help us is if we go a little bit back into time. So if we've been playing the game long enough, we might remember when this milestone here, this daily objective, when it came into the game. You need 600 energy to meet this daily objective. And at the time, we didn't know how to do that, right? There's not enough energy in the day. So it was made clear to us. We were told, hey, you're supposed to be using your power cores to refresh your energy. And that's how you're going to hit that 600. Okay, now we know the rules. Now we know what the expectation is. We can act accordingly. They even give us a free campaign energy. So we don't need to do this 4 times. Well, we do need to do it 4 times, but it's not going to take 4 times worth out of our account. It's only going to be 3 times, which is 150 power cores. Recently, they adjusted our power core allotment in Arena. Okay. So if you score anywhere within the 1,500th place, 1,500th place in your arena, you will break even on what you need to do for refreshing the energy in your everyday play. That means anything in excess of that, everything after that is going into the bank. You're stacking that up. You're piling up your power cores. And that is the lever that we're going to be using to help us get our character unlocks from now on. Can what we did before be applied in the future? So here's the Sentinel. On my main account, this is what I got. 22 Sentinel shards. How about you? How's your progress going in unlocking the Sentinel? What we know so far is the Sentinel Siege milestone event. There are 40 hard Sentinel shards in there, right? Guaranteed 40 shards. Now this event is 2 months long. Most of us really don't want to wait for 2 months. I get that. I understand. Let's see what else is available to us. We know that there is a minimum of 18 Halt Mutant orbs in that same milestone. Now we say a minimum of 18 because these are random orbs, but they have a minimum drop of 6. There's 3 of them. 6 times 3, 18. Okay, now this math ain't really my jam. Math ain't really my jam. We got to switch over to Big Positive Geek. We're going to try to do a live with him to talk a little bit more about this process and about how things are going in the game. Really interested to hear his topic. And since it's going to be live, we're interested to hear what you have to say as well. So again, if we look at the contents of this orb, we want to reiterate the Halt Mutant orb has a minimum drop of 6 character shards. We're going to use that to augment the slow drip, right? They're giving us a slow drip of characters. We can use this lever to augment that, right? So if I can do this 3 times a week, right? That's 18. 2 weeks, we're at 36. In a month, what's that? 72. Okay. So I would assume by that time, right, as we get closer to the end of that month, we should run into the unlock. Let's look at the numbers inside the orb, right? 87% chance. Look at this. 87% chance to get something reasonable. More often than not, it's going to just be 6. Occasionally, right? About half the time, it's going to be 6. About a third of that, you can get more. Okay, these are the real numbers. Don't be fooled. Don't let people scare you. This is what's actually happening. So if we can do this a couple times a week, we can inch closer and closer and closer to that unlock. See, other people are turning people's attention to the minimum or these crazy jackpot drops, and that would be cool. There's a possibility that that could happen, but we're not going to base our life on that, right? We're not going to stake on that. We need to go with what is real. There is indeed a possibility you could get a high drop rate. That can happen, but that's not the method. That's not the path that you're going to take. That's not the guaranteed route. So anybody who's telling you that is misinformed. It's fake news. There's also the other orb that we're getting here, right? Same deal. People are saying, hey, this is your jackpot. You can unlock it day 1. I mean, that's a possibility. The reality, though, is you're going to get a guaranteed shard every time you open one of these orbs, right? There are 12 of those in the tolerance extinction milestone that's happening right now. That event's happening right now. Might be ending soon by the time you see this, but there's 12 hard shards in there. Okay, and then we have the dark future event coming up. There's 12 guaranteed shards in there, so that brings us to 82. So that's 82 shards through the life of the event. You will unlock the character, right? You will unlock the character. It's just a question, if you don't want to wait for 2 months, we now have to use this other method to bridge that gap to help us get closer and inch closer and inch closer until we get that unlock. Hey guys, real quick, you got Casual Gideon for a minute, real quick. Just want to clarify something. I keep 5,000 cores in the bank at all times. Okay, that's how I might make my system work. I wanted to make sure I said that so that people didn't spend up all the power cores, right? 5,000, that's what I do. It's just a number I pulled out of the air. You pick something that works good for you. Every time I hit 5,000, I buy an orb. I hit 5,000, I buy an orb. That way I'm making progress. I can do it 2 to 3 times a week. And I got a slush fund in case I need to make a push for something else. Just wanted to clarify, don't spend up all your power cores. So in reality, what we're seeing is simply a change, right? It's just a change to the game. And these changes are cyclical. They've been happening in Marvel Strike Force every year or so, every 1 or 2 years, right? If you saw Desir's video, he talks about Marvel Strike Force 2.0. He referenced Philosopher, who talked about the Great Reset, right? These are things that happen in the game. There's adjustments that's necessary. There's adjustments. And we just need to find out the levers to pull as a free-to-play player to augment our ability. And again, this might actually be one of the best things to happen to Marvel Strike Force. It sounds crazy, but now as a free-to-play player, your effort will be rewarded, right? If you engage with the content, if you're an engaged player, you now have an opportunity to have a gap between you and those who are less engaged. And that, I think, is a good thing. Hard work pays off. In fact, if you have a few minutes, I got this video here, a little different than what I normally do, put a lot of work into it. I really want to know what you think. I'm looking for some criticism, some critique, positive or negative. And hey, don't worry, I'm a man. I can take it.